Will you be able to kill your own son to keep him from suffering? Hi everyone and welcome to my podcast. I'm Nicolas Arevalo and today I'm going to present you a popular book called Beloved. If you don't know it, I'm going to introduce you and give you a little context. This book was published in 1987 by American novelist Toni Morrison. This is set in the period after the American Civil War. The novel tells the story of a dysfunctional family, principally constituted by Sid, Denver, Paul D, and a ghost. Maybe you're wondering, a ghost? How's that possible? Well, it's not a typical ghost story, because this ghost is one from the past, a past marked by slavery, torture, and trauma that the character had to experience. So in this way, I'm going to present you my thoughts about the novel and how it represented the context of the American society in that time. I'm going to explain it by considering the most important theme around this novel, the slavery and racial inequality in that time. Slavery and racial inequality is presented in every moment of the story, but mainly when the past interrupts the tranquility of the protagonist and let us see some of the things that they have to experience. In the case of Sid, the trauma of slavery is not only in her thoughts and memories, but also in her skin as a scar with the shape of a tree. But the main event that represents the traumatic experience of being a slave is when Sid takes the desperate action of killing her child. Can you imagine that? How traumatic it was that she prefers to kill her own blood to save her from slavery. Besides, the ghost appears as a sign of the trauma that the past persists there, that Sid have not been able to get over the past. Same case when appears Beloved, who is basically the past incarnate as a young woman who is consuming Sid and Denver. This monster makes Sid believe that she can get her child back, but it's not the case. The appearance of Beloved shows us how difficult can be erase your past and start again, how difficult was to enslave the idea of starting again as a free person, because freedom is in their bodies, but not in their minds. Their mind is still regretting and thinking about the past, and they are not able to advance because all the trauma they suffer. But we also have to talk about racial inequality presented in this novel. Even though Sweet Home was a place when the slave could be treated well, it changed, and it was cruel, and it shows the cruel reality that the slave have to experience. They were treated as persons, but they started being treated as animal or even object. In the book, it is explicitly stated when explained the things that the school teacher did. It says, he initiated them to a philosophy of science that measured heads, counted teeth, listened head, wave pitch of animal characteristics was the same sort of whites who had pointed out their human characteristics. So well, finally at the end of the book, it is interesting the final reflection, considering that the community we live as an essential part of our life and how it can help us to overcome our traumas. But well, to conclude, this novel has been a masterpiece representing explicitly and implicitly the traumas of slavery and racial inequality. So in this way, it let us understand a little bit more about this dark time in USA.